Now today is a special day. I thought of having a puja because today is the moon, just see in front of me here. And today is the day, first day, the moon is waxing. In the science of Sahaja Yoga, the moon is the spirit in our heart. It is the spirit in our heart. मी मराठीत बोलणार नंतर. Is the spirit in our heart, and it shines when the sun reflects on it. When the sun, that is the Son of God, when the Son of God reflects on the heart, then the moon shines in a human heart. But when it shines as a moon, then Shiva himself lifts it up and puts it on his head. So the human beings who are blessed by the Son of God, who are being awakened by the Son of God, that is, we can say that it is Sri Ganesh or Lord Jesus Christ, any one of them, if they enlighten the heart of human beings, then it becomes a shining moon. And the Amavasya, the day when it's the dark night, is when a man is not a realized soul at all. The realized soul is like the full moon. Now today is the day when the moon is slightly 1 degree less. It's an important day for us because this is the first day when it is waxing. And that is the day we have to fix up our moon within ourselves. That we start waxing by degrees. Into 16 degrees we go on waxing. And when that happens, we don't realize that there is no shine. Shine is going out. And we have to be careful, we have to look after it, and we have to work it out so that we worship that day when it starts waxing. It can wax with many things. You see, we have so many ways of finishing off the light that God has given us in our heart, that is the spirit. One of them is, very great one, is the thinking that we do about it. The first it starts when we start thinking about it, rationalizing about it. You must know that when I speak, I don't speak. Actually, these are all mantras. Whatever I do, I work it out in such a way that what I am saying works out within you. It's the Kruta Yoga, and it works out. When I say that, the whole machinery gets geared up. So when I say something, if you start reflecting it in your mind, you are gone, because you are not receiving what I am trying to do. If it is a mantra, that means whatever I am saying, those sound waves will create that being within you that I am describing. So at that time, once you start thinking about it, you cannot receive it because you have put a barrier of your thought. So when I am talking, just try to receive it. Just say yes, yes inside, so that you receive it within yourself. So this is one of the greatest problems of today, is that whatever you say, everybody must answer, everybody must argue, everybody must say, no, this could be that way, that could be, there are alternatives, this, that, everything goes on. There's no need at all to do all that. And when you start doing that, then all the gods and goddesses get angry one by one, and that's how you start losing your light within yourself. So this is the most displeasing thing for gods and goddesses, that you don't recognize me, that you don't recognize me fully, that you still argue with me, still you start asking questions, still you start giving me alternatives. Absolutely, this is just not necessary for you to go on arguing, to go on discussing it. It is just that you assimilate whatever I am saying, and that assimilation itself will open out those new dimensions within you which God wants to be opened out. So better surrender in that way your ego. Ego is the one that makes you say something, argue something, discuss something. And this is what is the biggest problem that I have seen when the first day of the waxing starts. So today is the first day when we should say that our ego should not start that drooping down. It was nice to dance, enjoy everything. But then when you sit down, while dancing you can't think, thank God. But as soon as the whole thing is over, We sit down, again the mind starts going on, tuck, 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 and then we start thinking. And once we start thinking, then we are losing that light which we have received. Sort of the moon has started waxing. And at that point, one has to be careful, because that's the most important thing. If you do not allow it to happen first time, then it can stop. It's very simple to understand that if you can stop sari on a last bit of it, it will not blow up because you are holding on to it. So at the very beginning of waxing of the moon, if you are careful about it, if you are alert about it, it will never happen. Whatever you are achieved will be sustained, and then you can increase. But that's a very important point which we miss, and that's why we have lots of trouble and lots of problems in Sahaja. So now as you are moving for your further journey, so many of you are come for the first time, I have to tell you, don't think, don't reflect. In this you must learn from Indians. They don't think about these things. But they have to think, because when they think, they'll start thinking about those things which they have to think. I mean, you don't think, you'll be giving up all that is nonsensical that you have been thinking about. So don't think about it, don't reflect, don't bother. Try to be subtler and subtler and not misidentified with your tags that are outside, like hooks, you see. And the mind is like a hook. I've seen all of you have some one hook outside and all the yarns go, hook round it, again another yarn goes and hooks round it. And the whole mind is attached to that hook. That is Mr. Ego. If you can cut your string somehow or other and say, I'm not going to think, I have come here for my spiritual ascent, let me be what I am. If mother says something, I'll listen to it. She scolds me, I'll listen to it. She does something, whatever she does, let me see that as I have come here for chiseling out myself, let her chisel me out, let the nature chisel me out, let the whole atmosphere chisel me out, Puja should chisel me out, but you just become like a beautiful, we can say, a jade in the hands of the divine. And allow the divine to take out all your beauty. Just allow the divine to take out your beauty, and then you can enjoy your beauty. But if you hang over to all these old things, then it will be very difficult. So as being the first day, I have started it on the day when the moon is about to wax. See? So I hope you'll be all very careful about it. Be alert. You have to be very alert. You have to go beyond time. You don't have to think about food. Once in a while, if you don't eat, doesn't matter. Nobody's going to die, I tell you. We don't eat for days together, nothing happens to us. So food has not come, the breakfast time, the dinner time. I mean, food is a religion, I think. So everything has a time. Here there is no time for anything. We'll do whenever we feel like. You see, let's do that way. So we have to be prepared for a nice, thorough cleansing and a very enjoyable time throughout. These two things can work hand in hand. If you just accept that you don't have to think. If you don't think, everything can be done without any problem, and you'll enjoy life very much.